That is a great question, Chris.
5?
And to be honest, I would love to see 5, but I think this one might end in 3. But Jay, I think it could go the opposite direction. I'm all in favor of Alex getting a tattoo. How about you?
Oh, well, if Alex put it into the world, that's the thing that you got to be nervous about now, because both these guys are sitting at 0-4. Someone is going to get their first W. So it should be a banger series, and I'm not trolling. This should be a good one if London come out to play. Obviously, we know the history between these two teams has been all in favor of the Thieves. And I think if you are LAT, your final online match, you got to get through the 12 seed to get your very first W of this stage. I think you're smiling cheek to cheek in this series right here, if you no doubt, if you are LA.
Cheek to cheek, Alex. I'll tell you what, man, we'll find out where that tattoo can go, because I'm thinking it's a Ravens W. We'll see, though. Mercado hardpoint. So we're starting this one off. Jay, we talked about it, right? Both teams 0-4. Somebody's getting a dub, and maybe in CDL history, this could be something significant, right? The last 4 times that London has faced off against the Thieves, they've gotten 3-0'd. 3 of those occasions have happened to occur here in Modern Warfare 2. So you're looking for your first map win versus Thieves on the year as well. So we're trying to break some records. We're trying to have some crazy stuff happen. We will see. But I mean, in all seriousness, man, right? If you're London, we've talked about it. It's been the ever evolving conversation as they quickly get 4 down. Trying to look for that spot next year, trying to do something at Major 5. And for Thieves, trying to get something going, right? They have just been downright bad as of late.
Yeah, but the story at least is a little bit better for the Thieves. They have a championship underneath their belt. On the opposite side for the Ravens, they haven't won a single match on land so far this season. They've just been taking these flights, taking early vacations, and then just enjoying themselves some great Call of Duty. But into the P1, at the end of the P1 we are. Going into the P2, it's a battle for these rotations. Drazah is going to be here nice and early. He finds 2, so it should be LA. Nice and easy. Winning a couple of those fights to set up properly for next.
It's good to see Drazah off to a hot start. In the last Mercado hardpoint that the Thieves had, it was not a good performance versus the Minnesota Røkkr for him. A near 100-point club. And he ended up going -10, I believe, in that hardpoint. Octane -7, but right now in threat of earning a streak. Put some tags in, assistance, no cruise missile, unfortunately for him, but the team still residing quite nicely inside of the cantina. The lead continues to build.
And the biggest thing for Thieves so far in this stage, in their hardpoint game, has been what they have been good at all season long. We're talking about the #1 hold team, the #2 breaking team on the season. But all throughout this stage, they're sitting at 11th in both of those categories. This is a team who usually finds success by not really playing fundamentally correct. They've always been terrible in the rotations, but when you're losing those other 2 aspects, that's why they have a 2-6 record overall in this stage. But on Mercado, more specifically, they're actually 3rd in rotation. So you win a couple rotations on Mercado, you're going to set yourself up for some success, and that's why you see LAT currently up by 80 points.
Yeah, up big, and an early break here would surely spell a decent amount of disaster for the Ravens. We'll see if they can continue to lock things down. First 10 seconds out of the way is nice, but there's still a lot of very valuable points to fight for, and Kenny wants every single one. Really runs right through the setup, nearly does get picked apart, but now it sets up Drazah and Co for a much easier gunfight. Lovely break coming in from Thieves.
Yeah, and if you are London, you got to be able to stop this bleeding. That's just too easy right there from the Thieves. They apply pressure from every single angle, but the one-on-one gunfights are going their way. Just started that initial break process. But into the final 20 seconds, we go in towards 10. You still have a player in Nastie contesting this all the way down to the very end, while his teammates are already off the rotation towards next. But now you find yourself almost down by 100 points. This has to be the response going in towards the barbershop hill, with your teammates set up nice and early.
I'll be honest, Jay. I mean, London, they need a hold. Like, they obviously need a hold, but I feel like confidence-wise, you can't just continually get broken here on Mercado. As we know, here on time, rather when it comes down to time on this map, you can really start to build some big advantages. A lot of opportunities for 50, 60-point holes, and right now, well, Nastie doing a great job. Ends up cutting away 2, so half the Thieves lineup is pretty much done and dusted in the respawn screen, but here comes Drazah. Slides in for 1. Envoy still lingering, and so there you go. Wave 1 cleared. Solid work from London as the expedition really begins now. Down by less than 100, but once again, here come the Thieves on the prowl.
Yeah, they got those close spawns. They have more bodies in this scenario. All you have to do is fly in and trade, but they cannot find the kill onto Yuli. Big time from the Ravens. Try to get themselves back into this game. It had to be a response over towards Barbershop. but it's still a 60-point deficit. So now it's going to be a rotation over towards the middle courtyard. And there's a couple players from London already here. They start off with the initial gunfight, so they should put themselves in the advantage to try to chain these 2 hard points.
Nastie currently looking over the top. Okay, well, he gets absolutely gunned. Lovely victory there for Sam LaRue, and the charge is in. You lose 1 in the process, but I mean, it's a worthy transaction in the end if you are LAT, as they rush right inside of 10 and really made it their home. Just been a very solid hard point so far here from the boys in red. And currently for the Ravens, just trying to get their heads screwed back on straight. That's going to be 3 in a row for them. Solid job to retake the hard point. One of the better looking moments of the game so far from them.
Yeah, but with only 30 seconds left, you would give that up if you are LA, because you know you're going over towards Cantinas again. We're in MW2. Though that is one of the most difficult hard points to try to break on in, because you got head glitches galore, you got the window spots, you got all the different angles you got to check on the rotation as they find 2, so they're going to be able to properly set up to grow this lead even more.
Yep, we'll see if they can be able to do it. It looks solid for them at the moment. Let's go and step aside and see how the comms are sounding with the LA Thieves.
Bricks. I can get a brick to me. Yuli's umbrella door. Umbrella door.
Top right. I'm one spawn. I'm one spawn.
Yuli's I'll be low.
Time. Weak. Got time.
I'm here. I have our timing, bro.
He jumped on me, guys. Jumped on me.
Shit.
One's on the barrels, close door. Like, our wall.
Yeah, with you.
One shot down.
One's low. Right. Low by the door.
I'm that guy, though.
By the door.
Umbrella door.
Umbrella dead. I don't know what time, though. Trying to look. I don't have angles for it. Tunnel. Jump corner.
I played it off corner. I'm nice.
I never played that. Lay down the door.
I'm one more.
I'm gonna go to mid. Spawn these
I'm helping
Noah be here.
Hey, I got time.
That's fine. I hear you, Zach. I got 1 6 truck.
I'm here.
I got Danny.
I'll see him.
I'll send you that. He's fucking.
Listen, just play.
I'm hard.
Yeah, give me a second. They spawn me out. Hold on. I'll get your half full.
Get.
Nice.
I'm in truck still.
I'll get it. Maybe. 3 times.
I'll get him.
He's on the nice. Good job.
I'll do it. In the hot dog stand corner.
Hot dog stand corner.
Right there. Right there. Right.
I'll pitch.
It's exact challenge.
Hot dog.
I'm
behind the blue car as well.
I hate Røkkr.
I swear, someone should go
We can
face
play
out.
it. That's fine.
He's stunned again.
I threw it in.
Jump the closet.
Hey, we should shot the shit, yeah.
Jump the closet.
I am on top.
I'll get him.
Hey, what if we have full?
Well, the intensity is absolutely felt there from the Los Angeles Thieves. Problem being is that London is not going down. They've been able to put together a few nice plays toward the end of our first set of rotations. Let's now check in and see how the comms are sounding with the Ravens boys.
You guys got that. I have your blue, okay? I have your old. They're flanking to back left. Okay, here. Yeah, you can go on top of there. Yeah, have your blue. Go.
I have HyDra.
Just laying down now. I'm just laying down now. That's all I have. Everyone hold.
Don't touch us.
Yeah, I'm just praying with banana. Literally nothing gate. One back banana, one back banana, Matt. I'm gonna go caution. Banana go. You went L. I'm holding L. L is weak. It's Envoy. L is not showing me.
They cut challenging.
I need help, guys. I got one off. He's on door corner. Nice, that's two. Looking for Octane Kenny. I smell blue guys. It's my intent.
I'm gonna clear house. I'm waiting.
We're good, right? We're not missing.
This time of me.
Yeah, I'm here with you.
I'm in dark.
I'm gonna challenge.
Yo, 2 banana, one's in banana, one's out hot dog. Banana and hot dog, believe me or not. Banana hedge.
On hedge, I'm trying hot dog.
2L, 1 RV. 2L, 1 RV.
L dead. 2L, 1 RV. Show more L.
I'm timing the beat, guys.
There's 2 there.
There's 2 there. Hit tunnel. Hit right side tunnel.
Spawn out blue.
He's already gone. He's already out.
He saw me, yeah, I know.
He's out. He saw you 100%.
I'm coming back out.
You need to play like this. Hold the bullet. One more, one hedge. One
I got naded. Head drop.
Get this scrap. I spawn blue behind this point.
Could be telling you.
One is 3 on you, bro. Definitely.
Go back alley.
He's already back alley. He's coming back to you. He's coming back to you.
Yeah, back alley.
Okay. Kenny might play P4 chalk.
Alright, go together.
Well, it's a momentary lead change there for the London Royal Ravens. That's about to change, but Jay, great listening there with London. I know you were one that was very impressed by what you heard out of the young gun and Yuli.
Yeah, London, their comms are calm, cool, and collected. It made it seem like they're not even 0-4 in this stage. They probably got a couple W's underneath their belt. They're ready to just spawn in and play some Call of Duty. On the opposite side for LA, you can feel the intensity. They know that they're going into their final 2 tournaments of the year, so it's time to enter that tournament mode. I love the way that their listening sound. It's never a problem with their comms. It's just simply been their teamwork. They're just allowing some breaks to come in for the London Royal Ravens to get themselves back into this game. And I thought it was going to be a lot cleaner, but London, they're not giving up. They're got that fight in them today.
Yeah, it's fair to say. I mean, for the Ravens, you do not want to go down to 0-5. It feels like moving in at the Toronto Major. Still some cash to walk away with. And as we talked about, we have some very, very valuable matches when it comes down to seeding for Major 5, when it comes down to making it to champs. But you can argue London has more to fight for than anybody else when it comes down to just your career of being involved in the CDL. Still a lot of things on the line for all 4 of these players and for a lot of teams that are not going to be at champs this year. A lot still to play for, and right now Ravens are feeling it. Another few fall, and this time it is for the Thieves as Ravens look to lock things down. As we said, it's been lead change after lead change. They sit very pretty with 35 seconds left.
And now it's only a 20-point game. If you are LA, that panic button is starting to get hit because Scrapz is not missing. He finds 3, tries to go for the 4th. Can't find that kill all to Drazah, but this has been a great hold for the Ravens to take the lead right on back. You're forcing LA off the rotation, and you already have Scrapz in a position to be on this side of the map. Him and Yuli have their hands full. What can they get done for the team to try to close out the game?
Matty Marshall, what can he do on the same side? Yuli also looking to put in some work. Early gunfights are going to be huge. Envoy ends up taking that. Scrapz, the veteran in the back lines, does what he can to stay up, but he eventually drops. Wonderful work for Thieves as they prepare for Barbershop. 30 more points in this game is theirs. London begin their pursuit of attack. Asim already out of the picture. The back alley push begins.
Yeah, but Scrapz at least makes his way up the middle of the map. Oh, he does get cut down. Now it's only pressure through the back alley. Just had the hold strong, get a double setup if you are decent towards the point. Set up the crossfires, and so far Kenny has been doing it all. He takes down 2, but Yuli responds with 2. LA still in it. They're going to try to win it here.
It looks like they can, but Yuli, that's now going to be 3 in a row. He's going to jump in. Now is the time to jump in. A little late to do so, and you could tell there for Yuli, he was just waiting for one teammate to join alongside of him. And if they have maybe one other player who's up with Yuli to bait and switch or to trade out, that very well could be a hard point break, or it comes down to a 1v1, and that could decide the game. But I mean, LAT, they walk away with the hard point, great, but that was not convincing. Like the way that this game started, Jay, the way that the game ended, looked like 2 totally different hard point games.
Yeah, and if you think like all about the year that LA Thieves have had, they have been one of the best hardpoint teams in the game. They're going up against one of the worst hardpoint teams in the game. That's now 7 losses in a row in the mode for the Ravens. But you could just tell that the Thieves are definitely going through something, man. 250 to 228 when you were up by 100 points. You rotate pretty well on Mercado. It just came down to them holds and those breaks, because the Ravens, they usually never find success in those aspects, but they were able to do it versus Thieves. So it's never the communication. It's more about the teamwork and the positioning. But at least you were able to clutch up at the very end of this game to take this hard point, to not go up 1-0 in this series, because it's not where you want to be if you are the Thieves. This is a team who just won the last championship, and they're basically in 20-point hard point games with the worst team that we have in the league. This is not how you want to do it. You want to turn it around. At least you got the W in that map 1.
And I know there's been a lot of comparisons, Jay, right, to Toronto Ultra, right? Thieves versus Ultra. You know, Toronto wins a tournament. They obviously don't look good. They finished 1-4 in the next qualifier. But I almost feel like it's more surprising, more drastic with the Thieves, given the fact that, like I said, they look so electric in hardpoint. The S&D was seeing improvements. We know how great that they have been at control at certain points this season.
Yeah.
And with Thieves having the, you know, stigma of being a late in the game type of roster, like, this is to me one of the crazier dips in performance in such a short span that we've seen in COD history. Like, I feel like we should be celebrating Thieves for walking away with the HP, but it's just sloppy toward the stretch. It's hard to get excited given the fact that a month ago, this is a Thieves team that's more than likely 100-point clubbing a performance like that out of the Ravens.
Oh, yeah, and that was a great comparison to compare them to Toronto Ultra at the last stage, because Toronto Ultra went 1-4, and now the Thieves had that presented to them to potentially go 1-4 in stage 5. But the only thing that truly scares me is that for Toronto, it was search and destroy. They just couldn't clutch up in a couple of these rounds. For LA Thieves right now, it's every respawn.
Yeah,
they are now 3-6 in HP so far in this stage, but they're also 1-3 in control. Like, those are 2 different game modes that you have to put a lot of focus on that just hasn't been clicking. So I know Toronto was able to go 1-4. LA Thieves potentially go 1-4, but it's a lot bigger of an issue for LA because it's 2 modes instead of 1.
Well, at the very least, I know we we expect greatness out of this Thieves roster, and you do have to give them credit. They do walk away with the hard point, and thankfully, if you are a Thieves fan, not only do you see that 1-0 on the scoreboard, but you also see a great performance coming in from Kenny. I know he has struggled mightily in his hard point game. Overall, stats have not been great. He is the lead slayer there in that opener on Mercado. We'll see if he can continue that now into the search and destroy, but talking about this upcoming search and destroy, Jay, for both of these teams, this is not one that we've actually seen the LA Thieves play in a very long time.
Oh yeah, that's the scary thing about it if you are London, because I know you like to play yourself some Mercado S&D. You have an overall 3-5 record. You have had some tough losses, but at least one thing that stands out to me is that they are decent in the first bloods. When they get the first blood, they have a 68% chance at winning the round. On the opposite side for the Thieves, they haven't touched this map since February 2nd, where they played against Atlanta FaZe and got 6-1. They have a total of 2-round wins on Mercado S&D, 12-round losses. So both S&D maps that they have played, they got 6-1 on. So I think if you are LA, you're trying to expand your map pool, going into Major 5, going into Champs, to try to throw this in the mix versus a couple teams who like to play some S&D, especially on Mercado. But if they can come out and win this one, I think this is something that you definitely take away from this as a positive for the series, because the Thieves, they don't like to play Mercado S&D. You throw it into this map pool versus one of the weaker teams that we have in the CDL. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, we'll see if Thieves can start to add it. Like we said, looking for any little victory that you can get. Obviously trying to walk away with the series today, but more than anything, trying to work on that map pool for Major 5 come Toronto time, come Champs time. And for the first time in a while, I think we did see a few smiles coming in from the Thieves camp. I know the boys on that team love to have themselves a good time and really haven't had the chance to do that a lot lately, but into the game 2 we go. As Jay called it, the records on your screen. Not been a great time in the prior 2 occasions for the Thieves, but it's been quite a few months since the LA Thieves have been on a map like this. On the flip side for London, you did see the records 3-5 there on the year for them. And I believe they've only actually played Mercado one time so far throughout our Major 5 qualifiers. It was a loss, 6-3 Verta. See if the Ravens can look to answer back as we get into round number 1, and it is the boys to blue starting things off on the attacking side.
Yeah, into the round number 1 we go. London knows there's no trophy systems to work with, so they're going to try to be aggressive over towards green. But LAT with the perfect blind counter, they send both their SMG players right through mid-tunnel, so they're able to retake that position and now force London off that rotation. Octane with the snipe, he's going to be able to get some of that information. Now he's going to put himself in a position to probably get that first blood.
Yeah, he and Kenny looking to be a great little formidable force. Right into the 10 we go, and there's no one there actually to challenge Kenny as he escapes. So not a great spot that you're in quickly if you are the London Royal Ravens. Instant 3v4, and you know the sniper is surely going to be around the corner. You know Kenny could be pretty much anywhere. The shoulder exposed, Octane's waiting to put the second one down.
Yeah, he's just waiting. They at least give some information to Drazah, who now rotates all the way back over towards B. He's able to back down London. Now potentially set up Envoy to go for a highlight play. As the pressure's going to come in towards A with only 20 seconds left, he starts it off with the first.
Yeah, Envoy gets the audio cue, instantly puts another one down. Instant 2v4. Yuli popping dead silent. He's actually still over at the B site. Nastie, well, does somewhat distract, but it is a 1v4 situation. The all to do, and now it is 3 opponents left. Octane, Kenny, and Envoy. And the rookie come away with something special. He's got a bit of info, knowing that they've got to be coming in from middle. However, the timing is not great, too. Already into the site. Retaking Thieves, lose 1 man in the process. A clean starter here for LAT.
Yeah, the timing was not great right there from Yuli. Every time he tried to check mid-math, there was a player already past him. And eventually, LA Thieves with more bodies just attack from multiple different angles to take the first round. That's a good tone setter if you are the Thieves. You take mid-map control, you back them down. Now you know that they're going to show presence everywhere on the map. Just to be able to read their setup. As you saw London in that 3v4 situation, they sent 2 players back towards Cantinas. They were basically just bait. Like, Yuli was sitting there like, don't worry, guys. I'm going to get this bomb down towards B. Just try to play your life as long as you can. But at that point, when he gets it down, he's the only man up. Just easy for the Thieves to get the trade and take round 1.
He's like, guys, I got the bomb down. Oh, none of you are left. Sick.
Nice.
Okay, well, 1v4, yeah, not going to work out all that often. They did it a few times this year, but not this time. Well, Yuli, first blood this go around. Envoy off to a great start at 3-0. He looks to get right to the hedges, and this is a free triple here for the Dark Prince. Nastie, well, he's in a 1v4 now, so we'll see if London can finally get something going. Maybe find a pick or two. That would be lovely. Envoy, no cruise missile for you. 2 more to go.
And Nastie still has that dead silence. It does hit that reset, but how much time are you going to waste trying to locate a player rotating towards the middle of the map? Got to make this play come to you, and you got to be towards the site to make it happen. Time is ticking down. The sound cue's coming for Drazah. Fortunately, you got a sniper in your back pocket, so Drazah commits towards the chow. LA Thieves take round number 2, all on the start. From Envoy into the round. Just no hesitation up through tunnel. Finds the first. Hits the stun on the second. And then uses that head to his advantage for the third. SMG Envoy, the only player in this lobby over 1.0 KD in the stage. He makes it happen.
And does it in Search and Destroy. His old playground, known as an S&D player. Coming into the league back in Black Ops 4. Had an incredible first year in the CDL in Search and Destroy. But that's actually the all-time CDL record at a 1.3 for the Huntsman back in MW. That's actually currently being threatened right now by players like aBeZy and Pred. Regardless of it, great play in round number 2. And we'll see if the Ravens can finally begin to answer things. A quick headbutt to the doorway. Kenny, aggressive as you'd like. He actually gets found out. Drazah cannot make his way through dark. And now it is on to Octane and Envoy. Numbers for once in favor of London.
And now it's a pinch on both ends. So if you are London, just put yourself in a situation where you're not committed towards these one-on-one gunfights. And if you are, just put your belly on the ground as Scrapz is able to win a one-on-one versus Envoy. It's Octane now left in the 1v3. Scrapz through positioning through the middle of the map is going to get the timing and find the final kill. London on no hesitation to be the aggressors in that round. Do it over towards the 10 side. Find the first blood onto Kenny. Get the bomb down. And hold strong on their setup to get the first round on the board.
I don't know about you, Jay. I just feel like whenever a team who has been struggling in Search Destroy or just are struggling in general, I feel like a majority of the time, whenever they decide to call a strat that's just overly aggressive, that's just like, you know, we're just all going to hit this. More times than not, it ends up working out. I feel like the biggest issue that sometimes teams who are not good in Search Destroy have is just kind of overcomplicating things.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. When you try to do a lot of individual plays, if those get shut down, your team looks completely different. But when things are not working, 4-man pushing one way, hitting the conga line and just playing the trade sometimes might be the best situation. And that's exactly what the LA Thieves do in this round. All out pressure towards the cantinas. Kenny almost found 3, but now it's Nastie in another 1v4 scenario.
Best of luck, Byron. Mr. Plumridge hitting the deck, hitting the dust, and really, you could just tell, right? The Thieves know exactly what the strategy is for London when it comes down to this side, right? They know everyone is stacked up toward the hedges. Envoy, if he didn't get stunned 3 times, would have probably tried to make the same route he did just a round to go. But Kenny recognizes the opening, jumps up, mantles forward, and gets a few for free. The assistance onto Scrapz. Nearly earns a triple, but he'll deal with the assist in the end. Great work again from LAT. And as you said, Jay, just the no-nonsense call. Like, hey, we know what we're going to do, and it's going to work, and it absolutely does.
Yeah, London just got to play that better, though. You can't have 3 players on the hedge. Like, we got to have someone in the dumpster playing towards the back alley, but we're going to have the same exact round go down on the opposite side as Asim hits through tunnel. He finds 2, Scrapz with the 3rd, and now it's Kenny in the 1v4.
Okay, well, it's just like we're constantly putting our players in a spot to try to clutch something out. It's like 4 or 5. 1v4s already, but I don't know about you, Jay, but get away from the hedge. Ravens, Thieves, avoid it like the plague. Nobody is getting kills there. Well, you are on the attacking side, but you get my point.
Yeah, and that's 2 attacking rounds now where London just commit every single player towards one side of the map. I know that Asim hits it through middle, but the rest of his teammates are in cantinas. So that's 2 attacking rounds now where they just go 4 straight in one direction. And they find some success. So the Thieves have to be able to make a couple adjustments, but these attacking rounds have been so damn fast. LA Thieves are going to use their attacks. They're going to be aggressive in towards cantinas. And London this time around are going to try to take tunnel on defense.
Okay, and let's say Kenny
doesn't work.
One for free, and there is nobody on Overwatch. So he's going to get that kill, instantly escape with his life. And so from there, Thieves with numbers, Drazah looking to push out. He's eager to get some kills over at the head. That's right. I don't know what it is. Maybe there's an extra aim assist over here. No idea. Nastie, you're 8 to 1v4, and we've only seen 6 rounds. There you go.
Man, I don't know. Everyone has an issue with that hedge. Like, are they not cutting the grass properly? Is the dumpster stinking? They didn't throw out the garbage inside the dumpster. Like, everyone's just always being super aggressive and super toxic over towards the head side. But LA Thieves do exactly what they need to do. This, I don't know, say any player through the middle of the map. The only player they do send is Kenny watching that cross. But he spots one player, gets that first blood, and then allows his teammates to be the aggressive on the left side of the map. LA Thieves take it back. Now up 4-2.
Hot hands, I just need a free cam of the hedge at some point, because all the action's going down there. I don't know what it is. Just highlight play after highlight play. This time, gonna be the defense that reigns in a position like this. 7 out of our 8 players all around the cantina. Thankfully for them, there is a few rooms inside of that bad boy, but a quick trade off the rip. Octane putting a few excess shots. No go, low on HP, and he gets found out. Kenny left in a 1v3. That silence currently initiated, and well, he gets dropped quickly. Wonderful work there for the Ravens.
All right, well, so far, both of these teams are stellar on their attacking rounds. Just stack one side of the map, play your trades, hit your attacks, especially when it's over towards the hedge. As Nastie finds the final kill of the round. No one goes through mid-tunnel. It's just all out pressure. As London respond with a round of their own. Now down 4-3. But LAT back on the attack. I wonder where they are going.
Time to find out. Octane watching over for Kenny. Into the tunnel we go. Not gonna fall.
Oh, wow.
Nasty. London are learning. You love to see it. First blood going the way of the Ravens. Trying to find the equalizer here. And with that, the Thieves on retreat.
And that's a beautiful angle right there from Nasty. He was head glitching the dumpster all the way at the B site and was able to get that cross. And also hit the shots to find the first blood. So now LA are forced to retreat. Forced to make a different decision on what they want to do. You're going to have Octane just trying to be the island player. Trying to catch a couple players from London off the rotation. But Drazah and Envoy had an army of 2 and apply pressure in towards Sin. But Nasty now knows where the pressure's coming from.
Oh, and for Nasty, you really need to find one of those gunfights. You do so, and that round is basically yours. However, Drazah's made his way toward the top. Again, just you can see the strategies coming in from the Thieves. A trade still favoring the Ravens. Current 3 versus 2. Bomb has been dropped. So you will have to attain that if you are LAT. But right now, it's Asim, man of the hour. 18 seconds left to go in the round. He finds a freebie. Sam LaRue, last one alive. London hold off of some great plays from Nasty. Got a little critical toward the end, but that first blood, without a doubt, Jay, set the tone.
Yeah, and I'm actually curious to see the angle that he was able to see from that B-bomb all the way towards tunnel, because that's not an easy shot to hit. You have to be able to hit every single bullet in order to take that player down, because he's probably looking through a crack. But once he finds that first blood, you get the info that the play is coming over towards B. Asim already invested his dead silence and was working that late pinch and was just waiting for his time to strike. Is London able to tie the game up at 4? Back on the attack, London go.
Solid performance here in this game too from Nasty. Now sitting at 8-5. They're going to try to bring out a similar strategy to what the Thieves have been doing. Sniper over the top. One player trying to make their way into the tunnel. I believe it was Asim who was hanging out in market. He will back up. So London, 3 players just to the front side of the cantina. Envoy looking to land his belly and be a problem. Dead silence popped in a play that's about to occur. Recognizes one is low. That is 2 early picks from the Thieves. Trades going their way. However, Nasty with the critical snipe.
So now it's a 2v2 situation. And you still have a lot of time to work with if you are the Ravens. You have Nasty with that sniper in hand, watching that mid-map cross. So should be able to get over towards B for free, unless he's able to give you some information. But that's going to be Kenny who's able to cross. So it's going to turn into a 1v1. Scrapz says, no, I'm not going to challenge that one. Let's bring it back. Let's go back towards A.
Just not feeling comfortable, man. Not comfortable.
Not at all.
20 seconds to go. Nasty pistol out. Rock the pass. F tight. Oh, he nearly stabs onto Drazah. Scrapz with info, but not with time. 10 seconds to go, and he is the trophy player, so he is loud as an elephant. We're not even near the elephant room. There we go. Thieves hold it down. But, Jay, if you one more bullet from Nasty right as he picks up that Vaz, and it's a totally different situation. Big kills from Drazah. as LAT hold in the 2v2.
Yeah, Drazah might have just called game. It's a huge read to hold strong over towards the head side. Neither squad has had success on that side of the map. But he finds the timing, wins the one-on-one, stays alive long enough for Scrapz to continuously try to look for him, and then sets up Kenny to find that final kill. LAT at game point on the attack. And it's going to be all out pressure over towards A again.
Oh my God, Ravens are at the hedges. Ravens are at the hedges. They're dropping like flies. Huh? Finally puts in one. I don't know how he was able to survive that fight. And now Kenny, wait, he doesn't spot him there.
Oh.
In the meantime, it's Nastie who puts one away with the snipe, but he has been the last man alive through every round but one. A 1v2, father and son left to go. Nastie, can he channel something special?
Mr. Plumridge, keep your team alive.
Oh!
You have to line up a shot, but Drazah is at least able to back him down. So position known. LA Thieves change their setup around. They know exactly where Nastie's coming from.
The problem is he doesn't have dead silence yet. Able to grab that tack at the meantime. Dead silence about to be inbound, but the time continues to tick. He has to reveal his position, and Thieves will take the search and destroy. One of the more interesting Mercado search and destroys that we've seen of the season. Majority of rounds ending in 1v3, 1v4s. Some critical gunfights, but it's Kenny who's able to put the final one through. Double digits reached there for Mr. Quavo, as he will help elevate LAT now to a 2-0 advantage.
And for LA not playing Mercado S&D for quite some time, they look pretty good at it. They just need to figure out how they're going to be able to work on their defensive side, because the all-out pressure over towards Hedge obviously was a problem for them to handle. But they clutch up, man. It came down to that 4-4 round where Drazah in the 2v2 scenario just finds the timing in the 1v2 to get that first blood onto Nastie. Once you secure that defense, both teams have been having a lot of success on the attacking side. And the Thieves knew if it wasn't broken, we ain't gonna fix it. Let's just go right back over towards A. We get the first blood, we take control of Hedge, we get the bomb down, we win the map. As LAT go up 2-0 in the series, back-to-back Mercado S&D and Hardpoint in their back pocket. And now you're feeling good, man. Potentially one map away from getting your first series win of the stage.
Yeah, it hasn't been easy victory so far here for the Thieves, but they've been able to come away with them regardless. The big performances from the SMGs there in the Mercado search and destroy. I believe they accounted for 6 first bloods for the roster. So great work coming in from those boys. We'll see if they can continue to elevate their game, moving into control. Can it be the first W of the stage for the LA Thieves, or will London come firing back? We will have to find out, as it's hotel control up right after the break.
The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL. And upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the CDL.
Howdy-o, Junior Rangers, and welcome back to the Call of Duty League Major 5 qualifiers. It's the last day of online matches. It's been a crazy day up to this point, but so far throughout this series, I don't know, kind of the way that we expected. Thieves finally have started to wake up 2-0 currently versus the London Royal Ravens. And Jay, you just made a very interesting claim on Twitter. What is it? For those who haven't seen it already.
Well, someone just tweeted me saying, if London win this series, Jeremy Stud has to go bald. And the odds could not be any better in my side. So I will take that bet. If London somehow come out in this series and complete the reverse sweep, I will go bald.
I have never in my life tried to root for one side or the other, but if I could give any little speech to the Ravens, oh my God, I'm ready. Can we make that happen potentially? Regardless, we actually got to take a look at our Scuff play of the game before I maybe jump into the Ravens comms, whatever system that they're using for it. But Scuff play of the game, we're taking a look at the LA Thieves, and Jay was at round number 2 where Envoy completely pieced them apart.
Yeah, honestly, I thought the Scuff play of the game was just this hedge right here because we saw nonstop action around the hedge side, multiple different 3 pieces, and yeah, that's exactly what's it gonna be. Hello, I find 3, you find 3, let's take turns. And eventually the clutchest round of the map was this round number 9, where Drazah wins that one-on-one. Once he turns it into a 1v2, Scrapz doesn't have the ability to get it planted. LA Thieves take the round, and then back on the attack they go. Non-stop pressure towards the A site, where they have had success all day on it. They clutch up in the S&D. They find themselves up 2-0 in this series, and now they're going into their best control map that they have yet to play in quite some time.
Yeah, that's weird, right? Like, talk to me about that, because I had written down in my notes, like, hey, this is one of the best teams on attack. They're one of the best teams on defense, yet they've not played it since Major 4. Why is that, Jay?
The reason why is because obviously Expo got added to the mix, so you want to throw that into a couple of series to see how your team feels on it. So they've been playing a lot of Expo, and then with them having a 13-6 record on it, a lot of teams don't want to play LA on Hotel, so they're banning this right off the rip. They're forcing them to choose between El Asilo and the Expo Control, which they have been playing a lot as of recent. But now, you know, London, they're not going to ban Hotel. They're awful at Expo, and they're also awful at Asilo. So they're going to play their best control map, which is Hotel. So this is technically a square up, but LA Thieves are heavily in favor.
Yeah, absolutely. Heavily in favor, up 2-0. But as we said, they have been pretty narrow victories. Basically a 30-point game in the hard point. It was a round 10 victory. We'll see if they can close things out in 3, or if London can have an answer and make you and Alex Nolan sweat just a little bit more, Jay. We'll have to find out. But right into that B zone we go. The more difficult of the two to actually grab. And right now, LAT are making swift work of it. Already 2/3 of the way there.
Yeah, that's 2 segments already done. They found a clean 4 death to start the game off. Only 1 player drops on their side. They know that London have no trophy systems as well. So let's just attack towards B. Let's close out the more difficult point. And now extending this time, as now they have 2 minutes to work with. You already have kitchen control. You take care of Scrapz, the closest player to the point, and this might be a 15-second round. All LAT have to do is stack the point.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this could literally be over in just a matter of a few seconds. London, you got to jump in one after another. A conga line inside of the restaurant, but they will hold for now. Ravens, sweat off the brow in a moment to take your breath, but you got to get right back in the fight because Envoy is lingering up to a 5-0 start, trying to already earn a cruise missile. Hit some nice shots onto a C, but he's got to keep in mind that more Thieves are on this point. Envoy is the one leading the charge, not the only one here. Kenny wins a 1v1, and that is 1 round out of the way, nearly in record time.
And this is why LAT haven't been tested on Hotel, because they just make it look that damn easy. A complete B right off the rip because London have no trophy systems. But then the transition is perfect to go over towards the B point. There was only Scrapz in a position to slow them down. Once you take care of him, your teammates get the close point towards kitchen. You stack, you still allow your SMGs to roam for a little bit. And then at the very end, you come out on top in the trade scenario to secure the first attacking round of the map. As LAT take the first and now up 1-0.
If the Ravens can answer, and you feel like confidence-wise, momentum-wise, it's going to have to happen here. Another dominant loss. Surely spell a bit of disaster, but tell you what, Jay, I'm looking at Mr. Yuli, player number 1 on the screen. Last time that the Ravens actually played Hotel Control was a round 5 victory over Atlanta FaZe. He went bonkers in that performance. Got 39 and 26, one of only 2 maps that I believe the Ravens have actually won so far throughout our qualifiers. They still look to have an electric performance here in round number 2, and so far it is great work here from the Ravens, pretty much mimicking and matching what we saw from LAT in round 1.
And that might be the common denominator, though, because London only have 2 map wins so far in the stage, and that's both the maps where Yuli just went off. So, Yuli, let's step it up a little bit. Let's strap your cape onto the back. Let's try to be a superhero. As London, they're able to complete B right off the rip. That's a great way to start off this round. Now they have 2 minutes to find one opening in towards A. They're trying to start it off with a big kill onto Envoy, but he wins it, so LAT still holding on.
Yeah, and you got to look at those arrows right now from Thieves. So spread out, blocking down pretty much every single angle. And Drazah is there for the pickup kill. So great job here from LAT as they're trying to make the spawns be a little bit more difficult. Really trying to make Ravens have to trek a decent amount throughout Hotel. Wonderful work, and it only continues as LAT are leveling things up already in the slaying category. Quite a few players to the middle side of the map. However, London end up finding 2. We'll see if they can build upon this.
Oh, they just had to take care of Drazah, who's in kitchen, causing them problems. He does win 1, but the trade comes in. So now you get the close spawns if you are London. All you have to do is win in the next couple of gunfights, but Envoy starts it off by winning 2 of his own. So even with Nastie finding that kill, you have to slow down because you know there's more bodies from the Thieves in towards the diner. Now it's going to set up Envoy to go for that pinch. Tries to find the timing, but Scrapz reads it. That's a great first kill to try to find an opening.
Want a quick little trade. Drazah stunned up, but not tagged up. Again, it just feels like the Thieves have been hanging out inside of the refrigerator, inside of the kitchen, all that they want. They've continued to lock down middle, which is really the angle if you're Ravens that you want to get to. You're trying to apply the pinch. The Thieves will not allow for it. However, 2 end up falling. Pressure begins to fall onto Drazah and Octane's shoulders. Now it's all onto the turret. How many can he find? The answer is 1, and from there, the Ravens will hop on it.
The Ravens get in, and they get the close spawn, so that's going to be 3 players on it. It's going to go up super fast. You have to get into play if you are the Thieves, and the only player that potentially is going to make a play happen is Kenny. Octane does fall, but that's already 2 segments in. You have to contest. They get cut down, and in the final moments, London needed 1 break. And they get it done to tie the game up at 1.
There you go, Ravens. That's what you want to see from this team. That's what you want to see. Jay, are you nervous?
Not at all. Not a single nervous bone in my body right now.
Just a little bit. That was a good round.
Not unless Yuli just goes absolutely bonkers, man. I told you, he's the common denominator. If he's double pos, almost triple pos, they are going to win a map. So hopefully he doesn't turn up to a whole different level because I do not want to be bald.
Yeah, that's for sure. You look good though, Jay. You look good no matter what.
I'll look better than Maven. Yeah, I'll look better than Maven. No doubt.
That's not too hard. I'm sorry, Clark.
Yeah,
that's
you're right.
Difficult, Jay. You're beautiful. Anyway, and round 3, what has been beautiful has been these attacks. We'll see if Thieves can make it a straight 3 for 3 up to this point. Last time it was a full-on B hit. This time back to pretty much standard stuff. Into the restaurant we go. However, they're not accounting for Asim, who happens to be hitting the hottest flank of the day, but Envoy is ready for it. Pressure cooker ends up eliminating a big player from the Ravens. However, Yuli ends up putting away 2. So chaoticness will continue to ensue as Envoy ends up putting away a double kill.
He just keeps on frying. He's making it happen right now for LA. He finds another 2-piece in the feed. Currently on the 3 speed. The second segment is about to come in towards A. Now you have dead silence. Just want to potentially leave your teammate on the point by his lonely. Just keep on roaming around. Keep on being a slayer. He's just going to dodge his life, but unfortunately does get taken down by Yuli. But if you are LA, A is going to be done. Time extended. They have 2 minutes to try to find an opening over towards B.
Yeah, finally we actually get to see A be captured. And now we begin to transition over toward that B zone. So Ravens technically in a better position ultimately, but as we said, attack has been pretty easy up to this point for both of our teams. And Kenny, how about that shot? Head taken clean off there of Asim, handing out some haircuts. And right now Thieves with great map position to try to pull them out inside of the spawn, as Scrapz at least ends up taking away 2. He does have to trade his life in the process, but he just made a huge play keeping this round alive as Drazah looks to retreat.
Yeah, Drazah's just gonna get out. A couple dolphin dives coming in, but Gonna try to stay alive as long as he can until his teammates are able to assist him. They would eliminate Nastie, the player who was roaming in towards bedroom. But now there's more players from the Ravens in this position you have to focus on. I don't know if Envoy gets the read. He does, but can't win the gunfight. So that's already a minute knocked off of that time. And LA Thieves have nothing to show for it. They're going to commit towards the flank again.
Octane gonna look to try to get control over at the bedroom side. Meanwhile, it is a flank being hit from both Drazah and Kenny, father and son, looking to utilize a bit of that chemistry, family connections. Here in the last 40 seconds, we'll see if it can come to pass. Nastie, well, does get traded by the nade, but still, you should be happy with this if you are the Ravens. The front side has fallen, so at least top bedroom now belongs to the Thieves. However, Ravens beginning to scramble. Have to be ready because here comes some dolphin dives. Here comes some trophies, the nades, the tax, utility, everything at the kitchen sink being thrown now at this B zone.
And that's a big nade to start it off. Octane with the Kobe onto Scrapz. There to allow his teammate Envoy to get on the point. It's already first segment done. Trades are going back and forth, but it's a two-stack. Drazah wins another gunfight. That's already 2 segments in. You have to go if you are London.
Do indeed. Drazah goes low. Wonderful work. And there you have it, Thieves. Not a problem. Got a little testy toward the stretch, but they knew what they wanted to do throughout the entirety of that round, Jay. Once they got that bedroom control, they knew it was just a matter of moments before they can fly everybody at that point. They tossed everything that they could. They set up shop, set up camp, and from there, the Ravens were not able to handle it. And now what? That's 3 straight rounds of attack.
3 straight rounds of attack. LA Thieves only had 1 opportunity, though, and it all starts with Octane hitting that frag onto Scrap. He was the guy sitting towards Godheady. Then once you take that player down, Envoy is able to jump towards the box, complete that first segment, and then all you have to do is come out in the trade battle. And that's exactly what LA were able to do. Now put themselves at game point in the series, game point on the map. They started off with the early 3 kills. That's 3 down. Asim does skip by, though. He takes down 2, but none of his teammates are here to try to fill the gap.
Yeah, it's the biggest problem. Asim is just going to try to make a dent when it comes down to the lives, and well, he is doing that. He's able to find 3, so equalizing things when it comes down to the life department. Envoy eventually there to sniff him out, but because of that play, it has allowed for the Ravens to, I thought, make it over to that A zone. Got a little hesitant, wanted to push forward, but they will finally be able to pause that time. Envoy, who, as we said, made the big kill onto
Hello.
now has got some freebies inside of the kitchen. Can he find another?
Oh.
He will. Now that's 5 in a row. Are we in cruise missile territory as we stake our hearts out? No. Not going to happen. The Ravens overwhelm, and now they've got bodies in A.
Yeah, they got bodies in A, but for how long? Because the human turns in a position to take him down. He finds 2. He's going for the flank, but cannot take down Asim. As London relieves some of that pressure, they're able to get back on towards the 8.2 segment done, but that's not a chow you want to take. As Drazah does it with the Vaz, does it with the tack. He finds 2, but it should be London able to close out this 8 point to extend that time.
Back and forth we go. Another objective taken, another control point done and out of the way. Minute 30 on the clock. Still plenty of time for the Ravens. And as we said, they will look to try to form a push through the backside of the spawn. They do have player 4 and Asim hanging out toward the bedroom, so all players in the correct position. Another huge kill again ends up going Drazah's way. And from there, the rest of the London camp now are low on numbers, low on forces, but they've got Yuli still alive, still intact, jumps right on to B. Time paused.
He's able to get on the point. None of his teammates are around him. You have to try to go God mode, but he's only able to take down 1. Still have players like Envoy roaming around the bedroom area. Scrapz is able to take care of him. So now with the minute left, London have the ability to sprint right on forward. Just maintain bedroom side. Have this player in Yuli who's working that deep flank to try to play a timing, because you basically only have 1 to 2 more pushes in you.
Need a trade if you're Yuli. Does get overwhelmed. Big spot there for the Ravens, potentially the last 35 seconds of this game, of this series, and for online play for both of these teams, which I'm sure if you are the Thieves, you'd love to escape this as fast as possible. Scrapz ends up finding a big one, not able to find another onto Envoy. Dylan Hannon stays alive, putting more pressure onto the Ravens as they begin to fall by the wayside. 4 more left, and this one is done.
Yeah, this might be it. This might be it. It has to be a perfect opportunity right here for London. Scrapz starts it off. You cannot allow any trades to happen. At least Nastie's able to take down Envoy, though. They're able to stop the clock, but there's only 3 lives remaining.
Oh, that's a big one from Scrapz, though. Drazah, now he's got to go big toward the front. He's able to do it. Nastie, soulmate alive. Last man up, but he can't get into the point. He is beans. He is shut down. And the Thieves walk away with the 3-0. And finally are able to put some points on the board. It's only one, but it is one nonetheless. Thieves finished 1-4 as Ravens get swept in another qualifier where they finish off 0-5. Both teams now done with online play.
Yeah, and if you are LAT, thank God you're able to win this map. I know it wasn't as easy as you thought it was going to be, especially after that map number 1. But you play a Mercado S&D where you haven't played since February. You're able to win. So that's a good win there. And then in a hotel control, you haven't been able to miss a beat. I know you haven't played it in quite some time, but you still look pretty damn good on your attacking rounds, strong on defense when you need to hold up. But the SMGs right now, more specifically Envoy, he's been a consistent factor for LA all throughout this stage. I said it before the match even started. He was the only player over a 1.0 KD in every single mode in the lobby. And he's going to boost that up a little bit more at the end of this series as LA close it out in 3. And just now go into the event 1-4. You got to win underneath your belt. That's a little bit of confidence to stand on.
But I'll say this, Jay. Does it make you feel better? Like, do you leave this series feeling any better about the Thieves?
I wouldn't, because the hard point was so close. Like, I can understand the control. Okay, you were able to win that one. But with the hard point being so close versus a London squad who have been struggling in hard points, like 11 hard point L's in a row, you can't be having a close hard point like that versus a team like that if you're trying to win championships.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Well, that's going to be both of these teams online stage, done and dusted. And there's no bald heads, no tattoos today. Chris, take it away.
No tattoos. You got lucky, my friend. 12-0 is the franchise record of LA taking on this London squad. The Thieves have the Ravens number, and this one wasn't pretty in that game 1, but then it looked like the boys found their flow.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about a bounce back from Kenny, though. Big maps 1 and 2, absolutely popping off in the hard point, finding kills, exactly what he needed. Obviously struggled a little bit when we get to that control, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, you talk about Thieves, this is a championship caliber squad. We expect them to come out and dominate a team like the London Royal Ravens. Map 1 was a little too close for comfort, but mind you, the Royal Ravens are playing with absolutely zero pressure, right? Like, this is a team, they have 2 map wins this entire stage. Like, I don't even know if a team's ever been that bad before. So coming into this match, zero pressure, just trying to make a statement. You can see the energy in the player cams after rounds. It doesn't lead to any success whatsoever. For LA Thieves, though, man, we're just hoping they can make a run in the losers bracket. We know what they're capable of. They have done it before. They're guaranteed LB round 1, and this is some good confidence going in.
You know, Nameless, normally I'm a good guy, but London Royal Ravens, I was there the first season of the Overwatch League when Shanghai Dragons went 0-40. It at least felt like the fans were cheering for you to win then. Right now, London is in a terrible spot, the worst I've seen in Call of Duty, and I'm questioning what's happening there in the house, who is at that front office making these decisions, because I want to see a change in the guard going into 2024 if I'm a fan.
100% agree with you, Chris. I think that's a great point that you make. And something that, you know, I was thinking about and I battle with the London Royal Ravens is like lean into your home base, right? Like London, whenever we go over there, it is the most electrifying crowd. They yearn for an amazing Call of Duty team. Either have like up and coming players from Europe on your roster, bring in some of the old guys into your management, your coaching staff, make some content around it, the old European players coaching and teaching the new young and up and coming ones, lean into that, or full send it, spend some coin and get some top tier talent. This mixture that they have going on right now, it does not work. So they need to identify their goal and figure it out going into next season, because it is chalk.
Boom roasted. It's time to talk with the Thieves, though. We got Drazah in our monster winner spotlight. Hazard, welcome to the show, my friend. How are we feeling after another 3-0 over the Ravens?
Yeah, I mean, it was expected, but I mean, we're feeling great. Obviously, a win's a win, and we're, you know, a good win going into the major.
Talk to me a little bit about the team. Are you guys feeling any pressure coming into this next major? You guys are 1-4 now after the qualifier concludes, and you're starting in that losers bracket.
Yeah, I mean, obviously after you win the major, like Major 4, you have pressure to win, but I think now we have, you know, no pressure for anything. I think we can do what we want at the major and have no pressure because we're already starting losers. So I think that is a good thing to let everyone like, be a little bit more loose and get back to where we were for Major 4.
Nice.
Drazah, obviously you guys had the back-to-back last year. You break the champs curse and win an event this year. What happened after this last major? Was it a little bit of complacency, something changed within practice, or can you talk me through the issues a little bit?
Yeah, I feel like the first 2 matches we had pretty hard matches, and we honestly didn't win SD against either team, and then it kind of flipped going into the Florida-Minnesota match, and we lost. Or we won only 2. We won the SDs and lost the respawns, and that's not like us. I think we're overthinking a little too much, and we just gotta get back to playing and trusting our instincts, and we'll be back to in form.
I also want to ask you. You guys won a world championship. You've been a team for a very long time. At this point of the season, what are you guys doing in practice to try and improve? Does it change at all because the tournaments get bigger and it's just 2 lands left?
No, I would say we just keep trying to make sure that our concepts are good and we all agree with them, so that when in the moment when shit gets mixy, we do the same thing and we have the same idea, so everyone knows what they're doing, and that's where our teamwork is at its best.
Drazah, thank you so much for joining us. We'll let you go celebrate this W with the team, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
That's Drazah. LA Thieves taking the 2nd win of the day. They joined Minnesota in that category. We have 1 more match to go. That's Boston, New York coming up next. Before we go there, pick up your CDL bundles, Nameless. That's right. The Champs bundle is out, fit for a king, complete with new operator skin, weapon blueprints, and more. Rule the battle. Get your 2023 Call of Duty League Champs pack. Available now with COD points.
You know what? I wonder if that's Scump underneath that mask.
It probably is. And, of course, Anime Boogie. Can you read that one, number 5?
I got you. Get ripping and roaring with the new Anime Boogie Tracer Pack featuring blueprints with custom laser and death effects and the brand new Underbarrel Drill Charge Launcher. It's available now.
It's an Underbarrel Drill Charge. It's crazy. Get your pack right now. We'll see you for the final match of the qualifier when we return. The boys from Beantown, Boston, taking on the Subliners from New York City.